Greetings, people of the internet. My name is Bob, and I want to help you. Particularly if you have a 2011 Kia Sorrento or near that, and you got a problem with the door handle. Specifically, the problem that we had was that we couldn't open it from the outside. Now, that's not necessarily a big deal unless you've got the child lock also busted. I'll show you that right there. So, and actually it wasn't busted, it was just set. And so what had happened was, it was not opening from the outside, and somebody who will remain nameless closed it and then set the child lock, or rather set the child lock and then close it. So we couldn't open it from the inside or the outside. So when that happens, you're stuck and the door doesn't open from either side, and that's awful. And so you call, you know, technician, garage or whatever, and they tell you it'll be hundreds and hundreds of dollars. So what we're gonna do, me and my buddy Christopher, we're gonna help you. We're gonna walk you through this. So first thing you gotta do is fix the child lock issue, and then you can actually replace what's going on with the handle here, where you actually have to get into the guts and pull the whole door panel off, and then get behind that door panel and pull more stuff out, and then replace it with a new door lock thingy. By the way, disclaimer, I have no idea what I'm doing, and it's quite possible I might refer to, you know, nuts and bolts as just thingies, because I really don't know what I'm doing. So if you look here, these, let's see, where is that? There we go. These bolts right here, right? These hold this door in place. And so if you open that front door, you get into these bolts, and what you can do is you can actually take this one, and then these two down here. Let me get a little closer so you can see. These two right here, and then down there. These two. So let me go ahead and change this camera over. Okay, so these are the two bolts right here, and these two right here. And you're gonna go ahead and leave that in place, and I'll show you why in a second. So I'm gonna go ahead and reach in and grab this, because I still can't open it from the outside. All right, so when you get this open, you'll see that you've got the child lock right over here. This is where the child lock is. And you can see where it's all scratched up. That's where we were trying to get in there to set this child lock, because it's just a little toggle back and forth, right? So it was set in that position. And then here's the problem. When you close it, it's kind of hard to see there, but when you close it, it creates a seal, so that when this door is closed, you got a seal like that pressed up against it. And so what you want to do is get in there with like a what do we use, a putty knife or like a blade from a hacksaw or something like that.
I thought we ended up using a coat hanger.
Yeah, it might have been a coat hanger. So if you can get in there, you can just push that thing. You know, this will be set like that. You get in there with a coat hanger or a hacksaw blade or something, and just inch your way in and just push it, then you're gold. And of course you're gonna miss a few times, and you're gonna scratch it up just like that. And so if this is closed, under normal circumstances, there's such a tight seal on this, you cannot get in there. I don't care if it's the skinniest wire hanger in the world, you're just not getting in there. So our little clever idea was to take these bolts off, like I said, and then so you go to pull this away, and what that does is it creates just a little bit of angle. And when you do that, you create that just a little bit of angle, so you can actually get that hanger or that hacksaw blade or whatever it is. But keep in mind that you're only gonna be able to scoot this maybe 2 degrees. So you can pull this thing out. It's not gonna like pop right off the hinges. And I'll show you why. It's because of this little chingadera right here. It's a little dark. You can't quite see it. But there's a little, I'm gonna call it a thingy. There's a thingy in there. It's like a hinge. and it holds that thing on. So you're not going to be able to move that more than a couple degrees. So at any rate, that's how. I'm not going to go through the whole process of actually doing it because we got other stuff to do. We got to fix this. We got to fix this handle. So that's next. Here we go. All right. So here is the procedure. Generally speaking, just in summary, what we're going to do is just take off all the screws that we can take off, and as a result, this is going to pop off. There's a screw in here that we're going to remove. There's a screw in this little handle thing that we're going to remove. And when you've done all that, oh, and there's this one back here as well, right there. And once you've done all that, then we're going to get under here and we're going to pop this thing out. So Christopher's working on that end. I'm going to grab something to pop this thing out. You're going to want like a flat tip or something like that. Just like that. So he's already got the this little panel removed. So this has been pulled away, and really you can just get in there with your fingers or a flat tip screwdriver and just pop that sucker off. It's just held in with little plastic tabs. But this little weirdo right here that's sticking up, you're going to see a little later. This is connected to the whole door lock assembly is in here. So that is actually connected to the door locking mechanism that's inside here. Here's the other guy we got to take off. This is the little plastic cover here. I'm gonna get in there. It's hard to do with one hand. There it goes. All right, so that little hole, that's the one that's got the weird little screw in it. So I'm gonna pull up a flashlight so I can show you where this weirdo screw is. It's there it is, way back there. There it is. So if you can, try and get yourself like a magnet so you can get in there. So you basically what you have to do is unscrew that as far as you can and then get a magnet in there and grab that. And I know it sounds ridiculous, and that's because it is. But the reason is because that screw is tied to the other side of this. And so you have to unscrew that so you can pop this off. And you have to pop this off in order to get that off. And you have to get this off in order to get that locking mechanism out of there. And once we do get that locking mechanism out of there, we're going to replace it with not this one, this one. And the reason it's not this one is because this little RR here means right rear. And we're not replacing the right rear, we're replacing the left rear, which is why we got a second one that showed up here. And we won't cast aspersions on the company that shipped that the wrong way. All right, so Christopher's got the screws out, so that's gonna become loose in a little bit. And let's see this little panel right here? We gotta get in here with a flathead and pop that whole thing out. It's not something I can really do with my fingers, I don't think. So I'm gonna get in there with a flathead. Got it. All right, so you can see that it was a little easier when I figured out that if you go in that bottom left corner, you can actually pry it out a little easier if you actually open that handle, and then you can pry that out. So when that pops out, then it exposes that screw and you can just unscrew that.
And I don't know if this would be important, but these are T-torque bits. It's a
T?
T25.
Ah, thank you. T25. These are the ones that go in.
Yeah.
In that. Those things go right there. Okay. All right. Just put your screws in one central place. Always a good thing. All right. So have we gotten everything we need to get off before we pop this sucker?
I believe so. We got these three. The guy in here. We got.
I don't know why I keep thinking that there's one somewhere. Or no, we just pop it from the bottom.
Yeah. Yeah. Bob. All right. Let me get in here. All right. So there's a little tab. Oh, nice. Nice job with the light. Where is it? There it is. So right up here. So at the bottom of the door, feel under here, there's a little tab that's just a little bit more of a gap than the rest of the door. You can get a little screwdriver in there, and you pop that thing. It just starts to pop right. You just kind of pull it, and go around to the rest of the door frame, and you can just keep that up, and it pops right off. We pulled this thing off 3 times already, so it may be popping off a little easier than it used to. There we go. All right, so this whole thing comes off, but as you can see, it's still connected with the little cable there. So Christopher's getting in, and let me see if I can grab the flashlight. You can see with that. These flashlights suck. There we go.
There we go.
Yeah, so that just pops right off. All right, so that whole door frame comes off. Now, something that you're gonna have to do a little later on, we're gonna have to, when we go to take this whole thing apart, we're gonna, of course, get all these little screws. We're gonna take all those, or bolts, nuts, whatever, thingies. We're gonna take those off. And when that happens, we're gonna get in here and we're gonna remove these little gasket covers and this one as well. And you have to actually roll the window part way down in order for the screw to line up. And we'll show you what that looks like. But all right, so what size do we need for this guy? It's hard to do with one hand. All right, so I'm gonna take these off. All right, so yeah, this little hole right here, I'm gonna hold the flashlight for you. So you can see there's that little spot back there where there's just a bunch of emptiness. Well, when we roll down the window, there's gonna be a screw that shows up just in the right position. So we're gonna put this door back in place and hook it up just long enough to be able to roll the window down. And you do indeed have to actually plug that thing in order for that to work. So I'm gonna put the keys in. And then I should be able to roll that thing down. This was about halfway last time, I think.
All right, keep going. A little bit more. A little bit more. But keep going. Okay. There it is.
All right, all the way then. I thought it was halfway. All right, so that's as far down as it goes. All right, so that's unplugged. And I can just take that out. All right. Now, let me grab the flashlight. So now that we've done that, you can see that screw is exposed, it's visible now. So it's just in the right spot so that you can actually get in there and unscrew it. And this is one of those situations where it's great to have a magnet. You're gonna wanna be able to get in there and unscrew that thing and have it not fall into the door. Now, of course, if you don't have a magnet, you might think it'll be the end of the world because it's going to fall down to the bottom of that door, and then how are you going to get it? Well, really, you're going to take this whole thing apart, whether you like it or not. And so, even if you do lose that screw and it falls down to the bottom of the door, you'll be able to get it. It's the same thing with that weirdo screw over here. But actually, I think we still have to get it. Oh no, we got that already.
Yeah,
Nice.
I got it.
Nice. All right, well, since he's gotten that already, I can show you this. I think this just pulls right off, yeah. So now that he's pulled that screw out of there, we can get this out. It's just plastic. And then there's this useless gizmo here. So now that that's out of the way, here's how this works. You take this and you shift it off to that way, and then it just kind of comes out. So I'll show you how that works. Just pressure, and then it comes right out. See that? So this is just kind of lined up in there, and you just pull it out sideways, and then you pull it out this way. So again, it's just plastic. And then this is actually, it's like a little gasket, I think. There it is. It's just something that you don't want to lose. So it'll just fall off and you don't even notice it. Just make sure you grab that and put it back when it's time to put it back. All right, so it's all clean now. Nothing there. So that's going to allow us to take the door lock mechanism out. All right, so where are we at?
All right, so this is where this can now come out,
Okay.
or as much as it does come out.
Yeah. Yeah, this was a real pain the first time that we did this. This is like our third time
Let's get
doing this.
How did this
I
work?
think,
We had to slide it one way.
yeah, I think maybe pick up on it. You notice that the window's moving with it.
There we go.
There you go. Yeah, that part right there gets caught. So you kind of have to slide it like down and out. Oh, do we need to take this?
Yes, that was
Okay.
it.
Okay. Yeah. So this is what we ran into last time. It was just stuck like this, and it was frustrating. The thing wouldn't move even though all the screws are out. You have to get, see this little guy with the red mark on it. You got to get that bolt out and that bolt, and then the other side of that, which is back here. Get those two things out. Get that little piece of plastic loose, and then that thing will start to move. So that's what we got to do.
Also, 10 millimeter.
Now that those screws are out, it should be able to move with it. All right, we're stuck on something. Here we go. All right, so we figured out why it wasn't coming off. We forgot this screw right here. It's a very, not a screw, a bolt, a thingy. We're gonna take that this little thingy off. So what size is that? Let's see. Oh no. All right. Got it. All right, so now we should be able to pull this thing out with relative ease. There it goes.
Yay.
Sweet. All right, well, can we disconnect that whole door? Let me hold it for you. I know we can't, can we?
No, not easily.
Yeah, all right, so this guy's gonna have to just hang or be propped up and put in place. All right, so the next thing is to actually get that door actuator or assembly thing out of there and replace it with the new one.
And it looks like it all just clips in.
Okay. You mean to hold the window?
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah, so I don't know if you noticed, but this whole time, one of us is always holding this window because it'll fall. I'm gonna go ahead and let it sit down a little bit. So you'll see, if I don't keep grip on this, that window will just fall down into the empty chasm of the door, and that's probably not a good thing. Need better light in here. No, this is working.
Okay. I think this is, you need to keep this.
Okay. So this is about as far as we've gotten at this point. So at this point we're making it up as we go, as we always have. But last time we got this far, we realized that they sent us the wrong part, and we had to put the whole door back together. And so I'll show you while he's working on that.
Does it already have that rubber garment on it?
I don't think so. Let's see. Oh yeah, it does.
It does? Okay.
Yeah, it's got
I'm
the
cutting
garment.
it because this is going to be a pain.
It's all good. There we go. So I got this thing out of the bag. I'll just show you what it looks like. So this is the whole thing. And so this is what is on the outside of the door right here. So if you look at that, that's where that goes. It's going to be inside the door, lined up with those screws. And so these cables coming out, these are the little cables that get pulled on when you're actually pulling the handle, or you're hitting the lock and unlock. And then you got that thing as well, which is important for some reason. There we go. All right, so he's got that whole thing out of there. We just have that one piece of plastic to disconnect from, and that looks like that's what connects to this.
Yep.
All right, so let's line it up here and just make sure that we've got everything. Oh, the other thing.
Oh.
All right, so that's this. This is the old one, and this is the new one. So, yep. That's what we're doing. All right, so this. Oh, that's the old one. This is what you want to put in there.
Oh, this is the old one.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh.
I knew that.
Okay. Yeah, make sure that that snaps down all the way, because it snaps and then it snaps again.
All right.
This
This
one's
satisfying snap.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. Try and prop that up too, so it doesn't fall down.
We are not professional. Okay. This is probably gonna be one of the harder parts because of this grommet.
All right, you need to hold this right down there.
Yeah.
does this have to be a certain orientation, like left, right? Because this is upside down right now, so it really needs to be this way.
All right, then yes.
Okay.
This is. Great. So yeah, this rubber grommet's supposed to fit into here. And you can't take this off because it's riveted in.
Mm-hmm. This guy doesn't look like he's healthy. Looks uncomfortable. There we go. Yeah. Yeah. So this is up here. This is the other side of the door handle, and so this is what gets pulled when you're pulling on the door handle. So that's what that little cable is that you're pulling on. So right now he's trying to get that grommet through there so it's in the right position. And the other side of that metal panel thing. This is on the outside.
Yeah,
So that would be the door handle, so it would face like that.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right, then that goes like that.
Beautiful.
All right, now.
Now you're just trying to stuff that grommet through there. Seems like it should be like right there.
That's it.
Yeah, that is it. Nice.
All right.
You man.
Cool. So this is ready to go back in.
All right. So what we're gonna do is just try and just kind of guide it up in here, and then these screws on the outside here, you want to line up with this. But then at the same time, we've got this little gizmo in the back that always gets in the way. This thing, I don't even know what this thing is and why it's necessary, but it has to be up in here.
A window guide.
Okay, it's a window guide.
Is that right?
Yeah, that's right, because that's the door, the right side of the door handle, and this is where the left side connects. It turns out it's not going to fit if you don't get that window out of the way. So pull that window all the way up and have somebody hold it. And while you're holding it, you should be able to fit that in there. And then when you shove that in, you look for the little button to come out there. It's way too dark to be able to see.
Oh, good Lord, you just frightened me.
The whole thing's gotta come out again because I forgot to put the window guide back in place. Again.
Not professionals.
Boom, you see that? You just slid that from the back and then put it up there. And then you need to line it up so that these little bolt holes line up with it. And that screw in the bottom there. Nicely done.
Thank you.
All right, so that's the window guide, and that's all tightened up now. So that ensures that when the window does come down, it doesn't shimmy around left and right and come down at an angle. It's going to come down straight. So what we're gonna do is let this window down slowly, just to the right position. Once Christopher gets a few more of these bolts in. Man, this light on the video is, it's life changing.
Yeah.
The whole first 75% of this video is way too dark. We're gonna have to do this over again. Are you cool with that?
Yeah, let's do it right now. Let's just take it apart.
This is the stuff I'm just gonna play in like fast forward. Yeah. Just showing your hands moving like lightning.
So did you ever watch Heroes when it was on?
I never did. I saw like the first 10 minutes of the first episode.
Well, we have started watching it again. We watched it when it came. I guess the first season had at least already started. But we're watching it again, and I forgot how good it was. All right.
Solid.
Now, there's that other little piece.
That's the screw for the window down there, right?
Yes. Yes, it is. All right. Let's, I guess, let's lower it down.
Okay. So I'm gonna see if I can get an angle on this so people can see what's going on. So as I lower this down,
Let me do it.
yeah, I'll lower this down by hand.
There. And there it is.
There it is.
Perfect.
All right, so he's gonna put that screw in there, and then in doing that, that basically clamps it down so that you can now control the window with the power controls. Send it up and bring it down, so on. So that was the magnet he just put it in with. It just makes things easier so you don't drop it. And that's how a screwdriver works. All right, we can finally let go of that window.
Yes. All right, there's that little piece that connects to that.
Oh yeah, that's right here.
That can't be right.
I think we want to put those
Wait, yeah.
cables on here,
No,
and
this
then
is-
put that clamp thing on.
Totally right. This is totally right. All right,
Oh,
so
you got something going on there.
yeah, that slides into this. Like there are these little. Here, I'll just show you again. See, it's got these little knobs on the ends.
Yep.
So you just put those in the grooves,
Uh huh.
and Stella got her groove back. Sorry.
Nice. Yeah, couldn't help yourself.
Any young people hear this, they will not get that reference.
No, they're not good.
That's a terrible reference.
You should be ashamed of yourself. That's recorded now for posterity.
Oh Lord. There we go. All right.
Nice. That looks right. That looks so
Yes,
right.
and you can tell because one is larger than the other, and the
And
spaces.
that's how you know.
I knew that there was
Not,
something.
yeah, not by using the force.
Okay.
All right. So that.
Done.
Boom. That sucker in. Oh, I can't wait to see if this door opens. Did we get? We didn't get this thing on yet, right? We got to get this
Yeah.
guy. Yeah. Okay. Well, that's fine. You can
Yeah.
still do that, and I can do that. Okay. All right. Screw. Right here. this little thing right here, I think should be pinched over that. So this is a little bit left of where it should be. Yeah. All right, there we go. Got it. Excellent. All right, that's where we want it. So this is pushed all the way over, and the little tab is over there, and this screw is in place. Not to put it right. All right. What's next?
I guess popping this back.
Get this handle in here. So I'm just gonna put it in, and then slide it to the left. You see how it's nice and solid there. And then this guy, oh, preacher, get that out of there. Almost forgot this useless little piece of plastic.
Is this the one from the handle, inside handle?
Yes. Okay. Yes. There it goes. It's a delicate little thing. Put this in and ka-chunk. Feels good. All right. So now the magic screw that goes in the mysterious hole back here comes through there and screws into that. So I'm gonna put that in place, pops in, and find the magic screw.
Alrighty.
Like a bouse. We need that on there. What happened?
It just came off.
This can't have that. Can you back that out a little bit?
Yeah. Hold on that.
What the crap?
Oh, that's not even going in there. It's supposed to thread into it.
Yeah, I think maybe I just need to put some pressure on it from this side. This is a little black one that goes right here. Let you finish this. And this. All right. All right. We are about to witness history. Good. Please tell me it's locked. Yeah! Woo! Woo! Man, that's awesome. I can't tell you how much excitement it gives me just to do that. Just to do that. That's awesome. Man, I love it. Let's make sure the window works. Booyah. Man, this is a beautiful thing. Let me get in here. It opens from both sides. Could you believe that?
It's a miracle.
Well, there you have it. Miracles do happen. I can open my door now, and I hope that this has helped you in some way. It's brought a tear to my eye. Thanks, Christopher, and good luck, y'all.